Good evening and welcome to May News. We're broadcasting live from our Montrose studios in Bulawayo. I am Memory Nkwendlovu. On sign language, we have Peaceway Zomunyika. Thank you very much for joining us. Now let's look at the headlines making our top stories for tonight. Zimbabwe hematology specialist successfully conducts a bone marrow transplant. Choice Children Choir wins a double silver at the World Choir Games in Sweden. And in sport, Scotland to host the first international match at National Sports Stadium in September. Now we give you the stories in detail. Zimbabwe has made a historic medical breakthrough after successfully completing a bone marrow transplant surgery at Parinyatwa Group of Hospitals in Harare. The milestone is the first major step to break a decades-long cycle of financial burden on Zimbabweans who sought a bone marrow specialist treatment abroad.
He fixes his gaze into an empty space, grateful to be alive. The sound of chirping birds in the distance somehow offers a link to his healing journey. But his story does not start in this hospital ward at Parinyatwa. It can be traced 2 years back when he was diagnosed with multiple myeloma, a type of blood cancer that develops in plasma cells in the bone marrow. Our conversation opens an emotional journey endured over 2 years.
Ndine cancer kana nechi unongoshingo just normal so pandatanzwa kupera simba kuneta kuti say then bazozwa musana back pain saka ndaita back pain ndobva ndazoenda ku Marondera ndogara Marondera kwa general practitioner there uko ndo kwandakabva ndazonzi referwa to Harare kwa physician saka ndakadrive all the way from Marondera kusvika pa physician. Asi ndangosvika pa physician ndopa ndakabva ndatadza kufamba ndobva ndatoiswa pa wheelchair achichi ndato mu West End Hospital.
Hope for hematology specialist care appeared to be a faraway dream, yet destiny had other ideas, as he would become the first bone marrow transplant patient in Zimbabwe. His face lights up with a smile as he expresses gratitude to his recovery, which he says could have cost him a leg and a fortune.
2024. Pane period yataishaya mari naika asaiti musadikidza kuti asi kuuya naika taingoenda zvinhu zvese zvaigona kupera iri wish ona kuti ngoshuwira kuti mishini ichazouya saka but the wish has become a reality because of the government saka totenda government also for making this event a success.
Bone marrow transplants are quite an expensive process, on average are costing around 20,000 to as much as 45,000 when they are conducted abroad. By bringing this service closer to home, government has removed the financial burden to many who may be suffering from these chronic conditions. The specialized team of hematologists at Parinyatwa Group of Hospitals who conducted this historic surgery, led by Dr. Moses Chatambudza, has set a new pathway in the country's medical history.
Hematological conditions that we usually see, we see one of the biggest ones is acute and chronic leukemias and lymphomas, multiple myeloma. Our initial plan is to be on the conservative side, because there are still some things that need to be put in place. So we are looking at possibly in the next 12 months going for about 30 patients initially, while it's making sure that our systems are in place. But you know, Parinyatwa being the biggest referral hospital in the country, we have to actually bear the all the referrals from all over the country, and we plan to expand the services as much as possible, going to, hopefully by 2030 we'll be above 100.
The National AIDS Council, NAC, has come in with massive support to ensure these specialized services are implemented, and so we spoke to the NAC Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Bernard Madzima, for more.
We have recently supported the Family Blood Bank at Parinyatwa Hospital in Ward C10, where family members can actually now contribute blood, donate blood to their family members who have got cancer, blood cancer. And they've gone even a step further there. they are now doing a bone marrow transfusions. So this is what NACA is supported. We're also supporting their renal unit to provide dialysis to patients who need dialysis.
Specialized healthcare is a priority for government, with President Emmerson Mnangagwa emphasizing modernization of health institutions in line with global standards.
All investments in the health sector should translate to improved health delivery and associated foreign currency retention, where our people travel less to other countries for health care.
Government's goal is clear, that is to build a resilient, world-class public health system that offers high quality and affordable care for every citizen. Theophilus Chuma, ZBC News, Harare.
Zimbabwe's sustained food security agenda has received a major boost after the second round of a crop, livestock and fisheries report indicated a surplus of strategic grain reserve ranging between 550,000 and 960,000 metric tons.
In this week's post-cabinet media briefing, the Minister of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services, Dr. Jemu Soda, reviewed the expected surplus grain reserves target for Zimbabwe.
Based on the second round of crop, livestock and fisheries assessment report, the country is expecting a surplus strategic grain reserve ranging between 550,000 945 metric tons and 964,945 metric tons at consumption rates of 10 kilograms per person per month and 7 kilograms per person per month, respectively. Government stocks held at the Grain Marketing Board as at the 19th of August 2026 stood at 252,177 metric tons, and deliveries for the 2025-2026 season were 126% above the 2024-2025 deliveries.
With Zimbabwe focusing on getting the real value from mineral exports, a beneficiation strategy was also outlined.
The 2026 mine Entra was successfully held under the theme, and I quote, "Unearth, transform, prosper, accelerating economic transformation through integrated mining value chain," close quotes, affirming the imperative for Zimbabwe to move beyond raw mineral extraction towards local beneficiation, value addition, and inclusive local participation in line with NDS2 and Vision 2030.
Takeaways for this week's cabinet sitting include the participation of Zimbabwe in India for a benchmarking visit on industrial parks, an update or report regarding Zimbabwe and South Africa Binational Commission, as well as the official opening of this year's Zimbabwe Agricultural Show by Namibian President Her Excellency Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah.
The objectives of the Binational Commission were to reaffirm and strengthen the fraternal bonds, shared history and strategic partnership between Zimbabwe and South Africa, to evaluate the progress of implementation of signed instruments of cooperation and ongoing projects, and to consolidate economic, trade and political cooperation through the signing of strategic memoranda of understanding, MOUs and bilateral agreements that foster regional integration and economic development. The two heads of state and government reaffirmed their commitment to deepening and broadening bilateral relations between the sister republics.
The developments come at a time when the Zimbabwean economy is on a growth trajectory backed up by a stable currency and investor-friendly policies. Stanley James, ZBC News, Harare.
The hull of the Reader vessel that recently capsized on Lake Kariba has been towed to the mainland.
Investigations into the Lake Kariba ferry disaster continue, with the hull of the vessel having been towed to the mainland this Tuesday. Salvage specialist Gregory Ho, who led the recovery operation of the vessel, confirmed that the hull of the vessel, which was now slowly sinking into the lake, and drifting towards the Zambian side has been brought to shore.
We managed to tow the ferry from the site of the incident the day after it capsized to one of the twin sister islands of Sampakaruma. It was heading for Zambia and it was slowly sinking. Although it was upside down, it was slowly sinking, so we managed to tow it to Sampakaruma and tied it off to help it not sink and also not go into Zambia. And we returned 2 days later with all the salvage equipment and tubes and gantries and dive bottles, and then we towed it from the Twin Sisters into a safe harbour to take it out of weather, and we started 7 days ago.
The vessel capsized on its way from the Rida harbour in Kariba to Chalala, resulting in the death of 97 people, while 77 others were rescued. Government declared the accident a national disaster and extended support to the affected families. Search and recovery operations are still underway to ensure everyone who was in the vessel is accounted for. Government has already indicated that investigations into the accident are underway, with plans also in place to replace the ferry that served as a vital direct link between Kariba Urban and Kariba Rural. John Nandara, ZBC News, Harare.
Government's target to achieve a $15 billion United States dollar agriculture economy by 2030 is within reach, with the Zimbabwe Agricultural Show providing an opportunity for taking stock of that progress.
The government has set an ambitious target to create a $15 billion agricultural economy by the year 2030, as espoused in the Agricultural Food Systems and Rural Transformation Strategy. This came under the spotlight on day 2 of the Zimbabwe Agricultural Show, where a breakfast meeting was held by the Zimbabwe National Chamber of Commerce, where government underscored the need to improve farmers' competitiveness and access to profitable markets in order to achieve that target.
The transformation we are driving as agriculture demands fundamental shift in our mindsets as integrated partners in production, the agriculture, the manufacturing, the financial and other sectors. We must move from asking what can we produce to asking what can we produce competitively, for whom, at what quality, and for which market.
ZNCC President Josephine Takundu underscored how agriculture and industry are intertwined, calling for the need to harness these value chains.
We know how to produce, our farmers produce, our financiers do finance, our manufacturers do process, and our retailers do sell. Our exporters trade internationally, and our innovators are creating solutions every day. Yet too often, these capabilities operate alongside one another rather than with one another.
The Zimbabwe Agricultural Society has noted that close government and private sector partnerships will drive agricultural transformation.
The 116th edition of the Zimbabwe Agricultural Show is running under the theme Powering Growth, where agriculture, technology and commerce converge. Owen Mandova, ZBC News, Harare.
Exhibitors at the Zimbabwe Agricultural Show have expressed satisfaction with the business activities ahead of the official opening set for Friday.
As the show enters its second day, the people that we interviewed expressed satisfaction over the products that are being exhibited, which they said are in line with global technological advancements.
Today again, there is a high influx of people showing there's interest, and within the visits I've done, I've seen high technology that is taking place. There is much of boom of economy.
Kana kuchinzi kune El Nino zvazvinoreva ndezvekuti tofanira kugadzirira, saka show yegore rino inoratidza kuti varimi vane gwara.
Economy yedu iri stable. Zvinhu zvedu tikouya kuno kushow tikuona zvinhu zvedu zvakarongeka, even mishini ya zvino
This year's show has also attracted new companies who are providers of critical services such as modernized water systems and fertilizers.
We are excited as the first exhibitors here at the Zimbabwe Agricultural Show, where we are showcasing how we are harnessing technology to improve urban water distribution from the production side. We are modernizing the treatment plants and the distribution network to make sure that we reduce water losses. And also we are introducing smart meters, which is high-end technology to improve efficiency in water management.
This is a very, very good opportunity for us as new players in the industry. The ministry has actually provided us with a very good platform. So we are actually meeting farmers and we are happy 2026 has been a successful.
This year's show is running under the theme Powering Growth, where agriculture, technology and commerce converge, and will be officially opened by the Namibian President, Your Excellency Netumbo Ndaitwa Tendai Mnengwa. ZBC News, Harare.
The First Lady, Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa, says the church has an important role to play in supporting the implementation of National Development Strategy 2 and the achievement of a Vision 2030. Dr. Mnangagwa made the remarks in a speech read on her behalf by Deputy Minister of Women Affairs, Honorable Jennifer Mhlanga, during the Christian Marching Church 70th anniversary held in Harare.
Established in 1956 by a group of Zimbabweans, the Christian Marching Church CMC celebrated its 70th anniversary on Saturday in Harare. The Deputy Minister of Women Affairs, Honorable Jennifer Mhlanga, represented the First Lady Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa at the celebrations, which attracted scores of followers of the indigenous church to mark 7 decades of existence through gospel songs and dances. Led by His Eminence Archbishop Dr. Tendai Katsande, the church has grown from humble beginnings into a vibrant international church.
Our history demonstrates that the church has sought to minister to people spiritually and practically. The establishment and continued work of institutions such as Idaho Old People's Home in Maronero demonstrates that our calling includes caring for people who need dignity, compassion, and support. In fact, that home has been home to people from as far as the UK, Namibia, Malawi, and other many places.
After the CMC leader, Dr. Katsande, unpacked the church's history, Women Affairs Deputy Minister, Honorable Jennifer Mhlanga, read the First Lady's Dr. Mnangagwa's speech.
It is a great honor and privilege to join you as you celebrate 70 years of the Christian Marching Church International. I warmly congratulate the leadership and the entire membership of this historic milestone. 70 years speak of faith, sacrifice, perseverance, service, and commitment.
The First Lady implored the church to complement government's efforts to implement NDS2 and Vision 2030.
His Excellency, our President, Dr. E.C. Mnangagwa, has consistently emphasized the principle of leaving no one and no place behind. No community should feel forgotten, and no family should feel abandoned. The church has an important role to play in supporting the implementation of the National Development Strategy 2 of the country and the achievement of Vision 2030.
Some elders, including 93-year-old Gogo Shinga Irai Armando, thanked the First Lady for her motivational role to link the church with government's developmental agenda.
Tanzwa vachitikurudzira kuti ngaiende mberi, tinovatenda kuti Mwari ngaavakomborere nemanzwi avataura amai vedu.
Patakadzidziswa chirungu, takanzi tinofanira kushanda saka tinoda kutenda mai nekuti vatiremekedza nebasa ratirkumira naro muno muZimbabwe rekutendeutsa vana vari kuita madrugs.
Takazvirireka pasi pegwero reChristian Marching Church. Inoda mayouth, inoda vana mai, inoda vana baba.
The Christian Marching Church 70th anniversary comes at a time several church denominations continue to partner government to promote unity, peace and development. Tendai Munengwa, ZBC News, Harare.
The ruling ZANU-PF is set to hold a Politburo meeting at the party headquarters in Harare this Wednesday. The meeting was confirmed by ZANU-PF Secretary General Advocate Jacob Mudenda in a statement issued by the ruling party Secretary for Information and Publicity Ambassador Christopher Mutsvangwa. Advocate Mudenda said the meeting will commence at 12 noon. Moving on. A fear of victimization remains one of the biggest barriers to exposing corruption and crime, with the proposed Whistleblowers and Witness Protection Bill now under public scrutiny as the Parliament seeks citizens' input on how to strengthen protection for those who speak out. This Tuesday, the Parliamentary Portfolio Committee on Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs took the public hearings to Kwekwe and Gweru in Miklenza Province.
From corruption and abuse of office to other serious crimes, witnesses and whistleblowers often hold information that is critical towards securing justice. But fear of intimidation and reprisals can keep that information hidden. The proposed law is therefore drawing attention to the practical protection available to those who come forward.
Vanhu vari kutya kuti ndikaenda ndikanoripota fanika mupurisa kunomwe mupurisa handina zvandinenge ndaita.
Consideration should be given to the establishment of a designated independent whistleblower protection office or commissioner responsible for receiving complaints, retaliations, conduct risk assessments, arranging agent and precise monitoring compliance.
Yose ya report must be investigated.
Anofana kuti take into account my reports anenge achiuya nevanhu, especially my reports anechekuita nekukanganiswa kunenge kuchitwa dzedza nemushandi anenge achishandira authority iyoyo kana kuti pane zvinenge zvaonekwa zvinenge zvichiitika muauthority imomo zvakaipa.
Bill renyapa paifanirwa kuva nechinhu chinoincentiviza ma-whistleblowers kuti nokuti pane upenyu at stake.
Kana chida kugadzirisa uori hatichaisire kuti ubhadharwe zvakafanana nekuti uri mumba mako haungachaisire kubhadharwa kuti ugadzirise zviri mumba mako.
The consultations and public submissions will help refine the bill before it proceeds through the legislative processes.
We'll go and deliberate on the submissions that will inform, reshape or remove certain aspects that are not satisfactory to the public.
Ultimately, the strength of the proposed law will lie in whether it gives citizens confidence to speak out and turning public participation into a strong weapon against social ills such as corruption, crime and abuse of office, among others. Wellington Makonese, ZBC News, Gweru.
For more news, log on our website at www.zbcnews.co.zw. You can also visit our X handle at ZBC News Online, our Facebook page at ZBC News Online, and our YouTube channel, ZBC News Online. All ZBC television content and radio stations are now available on our new OTT platforms at Z+. And still to come in this bulletin, Choice Children Choir wins a double silver at World Choir Games in Sweden. And in sport, Scotland to host the first international match at National Sports Stadium in September. And May News takes a break. Please stay with us.
Always known what it takes to grow. But this is what it feels like to finally step inside the dream. It's that quiet moment when a room holds everything it used to be and everything it made possible. That this is actually mine feeling when the first payment hits. That pure adrenaline from a small space to an empire you rule. And when you said you'd almost sleep in your first car, we made sure you actually did. Plans may adapt, circumstances will evolve, but your growth, that's non-negotiable. Bank on growth with Stanbic Bank Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is our home, and we drive her growth.
Stanbic Bank is a registered commercial bank and a member of the Deposit Protection Scheme.
From the grandest stage, the badges change, but the passion remains.
It's a special goal! Cometh the hour, cometh the man!
This football is from the heavens. What a story this is! 10 months of drama lie ahead. The stage is set.
Get and stay connected to DSTV Compact for only $32 and catch the world's best football. It's on.
There has never been a better time to fly between Zimbabwe and the United Kingdom. Enjoy Air Zimbabwe's promotional fares available for travel up to the 15th of November. Fly from London to Harare from just £490 one way or £675 return. From Harare to London, fares start from only $495 United States dollars one way or $890 with return. Flights depart Harare every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, while flights from London operate every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. Whether you're traveling for business, visiting family and friends, or simply coming home, enjoy the convenience of flying direct with the warmth and care that makes every journey special. Book today at airzimbabwe.aro, visit any Air Zimbabwe sales office, or contact your preferred travel agent. Fares are subject to availability, so book early to secure your seat. Air Zimbabwe, Zimbabwean hospitality in the skies.
A title deed is more than a paper. It is capital. It is security. It is the future of Zimbabwe's land. The Land Tenure Implementation Committee invites business, banking, and agricultural leaders to a high-level stakeholder breakfast meeting. Thursday, 27th August, Hyatt Regency Hotel, Harare at 8 a.m. Hear the framework. Question the committee. RSVP by 22nd August. Visit the Land Tenure Implementation Committee Facebook page. Scan the QR code to register. You'll be notified
You're still watching Main News. Thank you very much for staying with us. The country's signal carrier Transmedia Corporation says it is in the process of migrating to a new reliable digital television signal.
The migration from digital television signal Eutelsat 7B to Eutelsat 7C will require viewers at home to manually retune and adjust their set-top boxes to a new frequency to continue accessing free-to-air local television channels. According to Transmedia Chief Executive Officer Engineer Adonia Mushosho, the deadline for migration is Friday this week.
What has happened now is that we need to ensure that the system that we are operating is reliable, robust. It has necessitated us to migrate from the current satellite that we are using to a new satellite, what is coined E7B. We are migrating to E7C. The difference that is going to happen is that we now have access of high quality and also reliability of the signal, because there is need for us to renew that, to transmit the frequency to as well as what is called the polarization. And that exercise is not complicated, is done through the remote of the transmedia decoder at home, and you can do the settings using those the frequency and also the polarization, and you are good to go.
Meanwhile, Transmedia is in the process of migrating from analog to digital television transmission, with 18 sites out of the 48 required to cover the whole country having been completed so far. John Nandara, ZBC News, Harare.
As Zimbabwe continues to mark a Heroes Month, today our focus is on the Welshman Mabena Government Complex in Lupane district of Matabeleland North Province, named after national hero Comrade Welshman Mabena. Our reporter Tichaona Kurewa gives us more.
Commissioned in 2024, the Welshman Mabena Government Complex was built by Chinese company Jiangsu and serves as the Matabeleland North Provincial headquarters for government ministries and departments. The complex has more than 150 offices as well as boardrooms and storerooms. To date, about 17 ministries have occupied offices at the complex. The development is one of the key steps by government to relocate provincial offices from Bulawayo to Matabeleland North Province.
I'd like to thank the government of Zimbabwe for building for us a magnificent building, a state-of-the-art complex, which was also named after one of our heroes, the gallant son of Zimbabwe, who also fought for the liberation of this lovely country, Zimbabwe, the late Comrade Welshman Mabena. The complex is a magnificent building. It's a state-of-the-art building.
The Welshman Mabena Government Complex is adding glamour to Lupane town.
That significant structure was built, and it's beautifying our province of Matabeleland North, and it's also beautifying our local authority, Lupane Local Board, as a town, and we are very grateful to have such a structure in Lupane district and also in Matabeleland North.
For upcoming developments in the town, the complex has set the tone.
All the private players who are also going to come here to work with our local authorities in as far as public-private partnerships are concerned, they are also going to copy this structure as set as an example by our government of Zimbabwe.
Born in Zinyangeni, Kai, Matabeleland North Province, Comrade Welshman Mabena received his early education at Zinyangeni Primary School and Inyati Mission before studying at Tiger Kloof in South Africa. Comrade Mabena became involved in nationalist politics during the 1950s. His political activities led to prolonged detention by the Rhodesian authorities between 1962 and 1979. During his imprisonment, he continued his education and obtained A-level and bookkeeping qualifications. After independence, he represented Nkai in parliament and held several senior government positions, including becoming the Minister of State for Political Affairs and Governor of Matabeleland North Province. He died on 6 October 2010 and was declared a national hero in recognition of his contribution to Zimbabwe's liberation struggle and national development. Tichaona Kurewa, ZBC News, Lupane.
The Chamber of Small and Medium Enterprises has commended the Second Republic for creating an enabling environment for economic growth. Tamuka Charakupa gives us more.
Favorable government policies, currency stability, and an investor-friendly environment have become key ingredients for small and medium enterprises expansion. 40-year-old Mr. UNESCO Chirinda, who is into mining and agro-processing, is among entrepreneurs grateful to the Second Republic for creating economic opportunities for Zimbabweans to contribute to the country's development agenda.
Community employment plumbers, fabricators, welders, marketing, employment creation.
Several SMEs are formalizing and expanding operations in Mashonaland West Province.
Home industries. Equipment home industries. Carpenters hedu, welder hedu, then miners hedu, then farmers hedu, vose SMEs. Tinokava sectors akawanda vanoda equipment yavauya nayo.
Zvakatarwa kubva pakutanga kumashiro kuti Zimbabwe is open for business. Indeed, it's happening. And towards Vision 2030, we are getting there in a way because everyone akutosimudzirwa in a way.
Mashonaland West Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Honorable Marian Chombo, says the expansion of SMEs is strengthening the province's economic base.
So president could leave no one and no place behind. Vakutevera manchaiza kuti makambani saenda kunotenga equipment yedu kuHarare, but vakuenda kune vanhu. Nyika inovakwa nevene vayo. Takiona the promotion and the investment he and his cabinet has done into the rural folks, into the youth of Zimbabwe.
Government is supporting the growth of SMEs through the provision of land, working space, as well as access to funding. Financial institutions such as Empower Bank and the Zimbabwe Women's Microfinance Bank have also come on board, offering assistance without demanding collateral. Tamuka Charakupa, ZBC News, Chinhoyi.
The country is stepping up efforts to curb drug and substance abuse across the country, with the focus now on cutting the supply chain. More from the following report.
As the Bulawayo Provincial Drug and Substance Committee met this Tuesday, discussion centers on the new direction in which the fight is taking. Challenges identified include the role played by some unscrupulous street vendors, transporters, and other demographic groups in peddling drugs. There is consensus that efforts should be directed towards the source of the illegal substances.
Njengebandla lathi siyathinteke kakhulu kundaba ze drug and substance abuse. Nesizathu sokuthi abantu boyibo esibakhokhelayo kumbe abantu yibo esibaholela ukuthi bahambe kuNkulunkulu baze ebandleni abaningi bakhona yibo abaphethwe izona ezidakamizwa.
Go to the root cause of where this is all coming from and ensure that this pandemic of drug and substance abuse doesn't go any far.
Mbona kunganceda sibili ukuthi si-involve i-structure sonke se-community.
Sibonga kakhulu lokho bakwenzileyo kweNgutsheni. Khathesi sesikwanisa ukuthi siya-refer, singabona ama-problems amakhulu ngesidakamizo, sesi-refer abantwana eNgutsheni, kuyasinceda kakhulu khonokho.
Bulawayo Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Honorable Judith Ncube, says it is not only the unemployed or idle youths who are involved, but working professionals, hence the need for a comprehensive approach in fighting the scourge.
Every sector is affected. What do we do as a nation? What do we do as Bulawayo? We need to come up with ways and means as we control or totally get rid of izinto.
Government identified drug and substance abuse as a national health crisis, hence the multi-sectoral approach. Mhlomuli Ncube, ZBC News, Bulawayo.
As the monitoring, evaluation and the learning week approaches, here are key messages about the event which is being organized by the Office of the President and Cabinet and the United Nations country team. From policy to implementation, monitoring and evaluation helps turn government commitments into measurable results and lasting impact. Every project has a story. Monitoring and evaluation helps us understand that story from investment and implementation to impact. Development is not only about what we build, but about the difference those investments make in people's lives. May News takes a break. Please stay with us.
From the grandest stage, the badges change, but the passion remains.
It's a special goal. Cometh the hour, cometh the man.
This football is from the heavens. What a story this is. 10 months of drama lie ahead. The stage is set.
Get and stay connected to DSTV Compact for only $32 and catch the world's best football. It's on.
Every day, millions of moments travel through the air. A call home, a payment made, a lesson learned, a life saved. But behind each moment is something steady, something quiet, unseen, unshaken, powering connection, supporting lives. This is Econet Infraco, Zimbabwe's largest private infrastructure group, comprising towers, power, and real estate. We build and operate the essential systems that hold the country together with scale, certainty, and purpose. We bring together three powerful engines of progress under one roof. Towers that carry the signal, clean energy that keeps it alive, and foundations that hold it all in one place. Because behind every connection, every transaction, every step forward, there's a quiet force. Econet Infraco, built for resilience, designed for growth.
2026 Hero Celebration, lest we forget.
Zimbabwe nasito pemberera, rusununguko rugarene runyararo. Zimbabwe nasito pemberera, rusununguko rugarene runyararo.
Rugarero akauya neriko,
magamba kashipira kusunungura nyika.
Yati rugarero akauya neriko,
magamba kashipira kusunungura nyika. Namhla siyajabula, vile nkululeko ihlala kahle. Namhlanje siyajabula, vile nkululeko ihlala kahle. Namhla siyajabula, vile nkululeko ihlala kahle. Ndokuthula.
Heroes live in our hearts. We honor your service. Kubazabezi kusika Limpopo. From every village, town and city. We are one people, one nation, bound by sacrifice, peace and hope. Together we build, together we protect, together we rise. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services.
Welcome back to Main News. We go straight to Arts News. Choice Children Choir, made up of choristers from different schools in Harare, is riding high after scooping 2 silver medals at the World Choir Games held in Sweden.
Competing on the world's largest choral stage, often referred to as the Olympics of choral music, the young choir scored big in 2 categories at the World Choir Games held in Helsingborg, Sweden. The choir received a silver medal in the folklore and indigenous a cappella category and another one in the young children choir category. Assistant Choir Director Mr. Blessing Mutasa attributed the team's victory to its authentic voice.
We're so excited about the competition because we managed to win 2 silver medals in the championship category. And what really stood out for me was how people appreciate Zimbabwean music. When we sang Zinon Wamuna Save, when we did Mchongoyo, everyone loved it. And in the city, as we were walking, you could stop at some point and perform for the people there. So the streets were full of music and dance. It was really, really exceptional.
The trip to Sweden was a worthwhile experience for the choristers.
We were the only group from Africa that managed to win this, and I was very proud of myself.
The experience in Sweden was fantastic. We had a lot of time to enjoy ourselves. The first few days it was kind of tough because that's when we were singing and going through a lot of pressure.
Over 160 choirs from 40 different countries participated at the global event. A Choice Children's Choir is a premier Zimbabwean youth choral ensemble dedicated to nurturing young vocal talent, celebrating Zimbabwean heritage, and delivering world-class choral performances. Founded in 2017 and endorsed by the National Arts Council of Zimbabwe, the choir gives Zimbabwean choristers an opportunity to shine on the global stage. Colette Msanyera, ZBC News, Harare.
We take a break. We'll be back after these messages.
We will modernize major roads, airports, railways, and border posts. Through modern infrastructure, we will connect Zimbabweans to each other, to the region, and to the world. My government will facilitate a more coherent SME framework to strengthen production links across business and industry. Efforts will therefore be put in place to improve economic efficiencies through the use of appropriate technologies and innovations.
Zim Digital set-top box decoders with all the 7 local television channels and 6 national radio stations are now available for sale. The decoder will give you viewers access to ZBC News, ZBC TV, ZBC Jive TV, 3K TV, Kiona TV, NR TV, and ZTN Prime. No subscription is needed as all the channels are free to view. For $25 United States or the ZIG equivalent, the decoder comes with a cable plus indoor and outdoor antenna. The decoders are available at the Broadcasting Authority of Zimbabwe bars, Transmedia, and all the TV broadcasters.
ZBC TV, your voice, your choice.
Welcome back to Main News. We go straight to sport. Scotland will be the first team to host an international match at the National Sports Stadium after it was approved by the Confederation of African Football (CAF) last week. The iconic venue will host Scotland's CAF Champions League preliminary round clash against Eswatini side Singizini Hotspurs on the 6th of September.
The National Sports Stadium is back on the Continental Football Arena, and fans will get to feel the pulse in their home territory as Scotland is set to host Nsingizini Hotspur on the 6th of September. Local clubs had been facing significant challenges in hosting matches away from home, and fans also faced the same prospect now, with Scotland having confirmed that on the 6th of September, local football returns home. It is a significant moment for Zimbabwean football after 5 years of missing out on international matches. The last match to be hosted here was the 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifier on the 14th of November 2021, when the Warriors drew 1-0 with Ethiopia. Almost 5 years later, the venue returns, and it's now time to sing Yabe Nyama Kugocha in the National Sports Stadium. Lawrence Ruseda, ZBC News, Harare.
Ngezi Platinum, take that again, my apologies. Ngezi Platinum's a remarkable season takes another turn this weekend when they face Herentals in the last 16 of the Munumutapa Challenger Cup at Baobab Stadium on Saturday.
The Monroe Bay side has defied the odds this season, despite losing 9 players and virtually the entire technical team at the start of the campaign. Ngezi have continued to punch above their weight and sit third on the Premier Soccer League table, just 7 points behind second place Hard Rock. Their challenge has been made even tougher by a FIFA ban that has restricted the club from registering new players. Hence, they have been forced to rely heavily on a few experienced players such as Marvelous Mkumba and Farai Madananga. Yet, despite the setbacks, Ngezi have remained competitive and now turn their attention to the country's Premier Knockout competition. Herentals stand between the Platinum Miners and a place in the quarterfinals, with stakes even higher given the eventual winners of the Munumutapa Challenge Cup will earn the right to represent Zimbabwe in the CAF Confederation Cup next year. In other matches on Saturday, Scotland faced Division 1 side Moss Under-19 at Rufaro Stadium. FC Platinum take on another lower league side Black Rock at Mandava. Chile FC host Black Chiefs at Ascot Stadium in Gweru, while FC Hunters welcome Wange towards the night stadium in Shamba. On Sunday, Cape United host Manica Diamonds at Rufaro Stadium. Jordan host Hard Rock at Luveve, while Triangle Beto Blanket Mine at Gibo. Lawrence Ruseda, ZBC News, Harare.
The Zimbabwe National Youth and Paralympic Games came to an end in Marondera this Monday, with the government emphasizing the need to build a sustainable athlete development system capable of consistently producing competitors for African Champions, World Championships and the Paralympic Games.
The curtain came down on the Zimbabwe National Youth and Paralympic Games at Rudaka Stadium in Marondera, with Matebele and South emerging as the top performing province in the Paralympic Games. Matebele and South finished at the summit with 10 gold, 7 silver and 4 bronze medals, while Harare was second and Mashonaland Central completed the top 3. Organizers described the competition as a major success, with strong participation and performances providing an important platform for identifying talent and selecting athletes for national teams.
We are happy to announce that Mat South came out the best. One thing that was outstanding about Mat South is that they only brought 11 athletes. And out of the 11, they all got medals.
This is the pipeline. This is the games that we use to select our Paralympians that are going to represent Zimbabwe at the Olympic Games and also at the World Championships.
These games remind us that disability is never inability. On this field of play, determination speaks louder than any limitation.
The host province, Mashonaland East, also welcomed the opportunity to stage the games, while emphasizing the importance of investing in sporting facilities that promote inclusive participation and talent development.
Their achievements today remind us that every young person, regardless of their physicality, must be given the opportunity to identify, develop and pursue their talents.
Speaking at the closing ceremony, the Minister of Sport, Recreation, Arts and Culture, Lieutenant General retired Anselm Sanyatwe, reaffirmed the government's commitment to ensuring that persons with disabilities are fully integrated into Zimbabwe's sporting and socio-economic development agenda.
The National Paralympic Games must also become an increasingly important platform for talent identification and development. We need to strengthen the pathway from schools, our communities to provincial competitions, national teams, continental competitions, and ultimately the Paralympic Games.
The closing ceremony at Rudaga Stadium therefore marked more than the end of the Games. It signaled a renewed commitment to building an inclusive, sustainable and high-performing sporting system. Kenya's Chifuje, ZBC News, Marondera.
Zimbabwe's young warriors have been drawn against Mauritius in the first round of the CAF Under-23 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. The first leg is scheduled for the National Sports Stadium on the 28th of September, with the return leg set for Mauritius on the weekend of 6th of October. The Under-23 side will be coached by Warriors assistant coach Mark Sanchez, with Wilson Mutekede serving as his assistant. The qualifiers feature 42 nations, with 7 teams ultimately joining host Egypt at the 2027 Continental Finals, which will also serve as the pathway to the 2028 Olympic Games in Los Angeles. And a story coming in, country music singer Dolly Parton has died. She was 80. Parton's nephew announced the death in an Instagram video message. The country has been described as the grand dame of a country, someone every songwriter and performer looked up to, a force of nature, a true one of a kind. One of her 12 children, she grew up at a farm in Tennessee. Put her life changed when her uncle Bill Owens gave her a guitar at the age of 7. Before long, she was a regular radio performer. She made her debut at the Grand Ole Opry in 1959, introduced by Johnny Cash at the age of 13. Her initial attempts at a recording career weren't successful, however. Early songs like Puppy Love and Happy Birthday Baby failed to chart. She will be remembered for songs like Jolene, Coat of Many Colors, and I Will Always Love You. Weather reporter is up next.
The day began clear and cold across much parts of the country this morning, with the extreme southeastern parts of the country experienced briefly cloudy periods. However, as we got into the afternoon, we had sunny skies prevailing across the country under warm conditions before temperatures dropped again towards this evening, returning to cold conditions. We are still expecting overnight clear skies across the country, generally cold over the southern parts of the country with chances of slight ground frost in places. Tomorrow, sunny skies are still expected across the country. Warm daytime conditions in all areas. Bulawayo cold at first, becoming warm by the afternoon. Freshening winds should be felt from Thursday up until Friday. Same applies for Matopos. Sunny skies to prevail throughout the forecast period. Gwanda as well, windy conditions from Wednesday onwards up until Friday. Cold at first and towards the evening. Now, as we move on, we're still expecting cold morning conditions for Masvingo, becoming warm as the day progresses under sunny skies. Gweru as well, windy conditions from Thursday with partly cloudy conditions on Friday. Cold at first for Mutare, becoming mild as the day progresses. Cold towards the evening. Nyanga as well, sunny skies to prevail. Mornings should remain cold. Marondera, we're still expecting cold conditions with some slight chances of ground frost under sunny skies. Harare, we're expecting sunny conditions throughout the forecast period, partly cloudy on Friday. Cold conditions for Bindura with warm daytime conditions under sunny skies. Now, as we move on, we're expecting cold conditions in the morning for Kwekwe and towards the evening. Warm daytime conditions should be experienced throughout the forecast period. Now, as we move on, Kadoma is still expected to experience sunny conditions throughout the forecast period. The morning should remain cold and towards the evening. Chinoi to the north of Zimbabwe, sunny skies to prevail under warm daytime conditions. Morning should be cool. Lupane, we are expecting sunny conditions throughout the forecast period, though cool at first and warm by noon. Victoria Falls, sunny skies to prevail, warm daytime conditions expected. Kariba to the northwest and warm daytime conditions are expected. Mild in the morning, becoming warm by the afternoon. That's all weather news. Good night.
And that's a wrap on our main news tonight from Piswe Zomunyika on a sign language. Myself, Memory Nkwendlove, and the entire ZBC News crew. It's pleasant viewing.